Okay. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the lecture. Today we are going to discuss about northwest corner method. Here we are taking one example. Use northwest corner method to find an initial basic feasible solution to the transportation problem using data by using the following example. Here they are given the 4 demand costs and 3 supply costs they are given, and here they are taken S1, S2, S3, these are the supplies, and D1, D2, D3, D4, these are the demands. In each demand they are given the unit cost and as well as demand quantity they are given. Okay, coming to the solution, there in our problem they are given 3 supply stations S1, S2, S3 and 4 demand stations D1, D2, D3 and D4. Each one they are given the unit cost. Here first one is 19 and the second one is 30 and next the third one is 50, 10. Same coming to the second row they are given 70, 30 and 40, 60. Next third one they are given in our problem 40, 8, 70, 20. Okay, these are unit costs of supply. Okay, next coming to the demand. Here the demand is 5, 8, 7, 14. Next supply. Here the supply is 7, 9, 18. Here first we are going to solve a transportation problem by a northwest corner method or any other method. We have to check the rim condition. The given problem is in rim condition or not, we have to check it. Here the rim condition means the total supply is equal to the total demand. Here the total supply is equal to total demand. This is called as rim condition. Okay, here what is the total supply here? The total supply is here 7, 9, 18. The total supply is 34 and the total demand is 34. Okay, the supply is equal to demand. So the rim condition is satisfied. Now we are going to solve the transportation problem to find the total cost. Here which method they are given to solve the problem? Here they are given the problem, they are given northwest corner method. Northwest corner method. We have to apply the northwest corner method to solve the given particular problem. Okay. Here the northwest corner method means here the northwest position in this cell we have to take and we have to allocate the demand. Here which one is the northwest cell? First step 1 we are going to the first one. This is the northwest corner. We are assuming this corner is a northwest corner. Here we have to add some units. Coming to the demand, here we have 5 units of demand is there and here we have supply is 7 units of supply is there. Based on the requirement, first we have to take the 5 units from this supply. Okay, here our demand is 5 units. So we are taken 5 units. We are allocated 5 units here. Okay. What about the demand after allocating the 5 units? The demand is 0. Then what about the supply? After allocation, the demand is 2 units. Okay. Here, coming to the step 2, here we are allocated 5 units of demand and then balance is 2 units is there. From this, the cost is 5 into 19 into 5. From the table 1, the cost is 19 into 5. Okay, total 95 from the first table. Next, for further iterations, we have to remove this column. We have to remove this particular column. Then we are going to allocate the values in this particular cells only. Okay, next, coming to the second one. Demand 1 is over. Already we supplied as for demand 1. Next, coming to the second one, demand 2, 3, 4. Then here we have 3 supplies S1, S2, S3. Here the demand is at first row 30, 50, 10 is there. Next second one, 30, 40, 60 is there. Next third one, 8, 70, 20 is there. Okay, after this, here how much demand is there here? The demand is 8 units, 7 units, 14 units demand is there. Okay, next supply. What about the supply? Here the supply is here in previous case we supplied 5 units from this 7, so balance is 2 units is there. Next here 9 units is there. Next here 18 units is there. Okay, again we are going to allocate the supply. Here coming to the northwest corner, first coming to this corner, here how much supply is there? Only 2 units is there, but requirement is 8 units. First we have to supply these 2 units. Okay, from this the total cost is equal to 30 into 2 is equal to 60 rupees. Okay, next for further iterations we have to remove this row, this particular row. Here S2, S3, next D2, D3, D4. Here we have 2 supply stations are there and 3 demand stations are there. It means here we required 30 unit, 30, 40, 60, 8, 70, 20. Okay, then coming to the supply, how many units are there here? 9, 18, but here already we supplied 2 units, but the remaining balance is 6 units. So we have taken 6, 7, 14. From this again we are going to take the demand. Here the demand is we have 6 units, so simply we take 6 units here, and we are taken 6 units from the supplier, then balance is 3 units is there. So here the cost is 30 into 6 is equal to 180 rupees. Okay, next coming to the next one, here 6 units demand is over. Next finally we have S2, S3, D3, D4. Okay, here what about the S2? 40, 70, 60, 20. Okay, and next here the supply station is what about the supply? Here the supply is 3 units, 18 units is there, and coming to the demand, here 7 units, 14 units are there. From this, which one is the minimum? Supply is the minimum. Here we have the 3 units of supply only, but our requirement is 7 units, so we are allocating 3 units here. In this corner we are allocating 3 units. Then the balance is we required 4 units. For further we fulfill this. Okay, here the total cost is, from this table the total cost is 40 into 3 is equal to 120 rupees. Okay, next coming to the next table, here demand is over, only we have here one supply is over, so only we have one supply station and 2 demand stations are there, D3, D4. Here we are taking 70 units, 20 units, and the supply is 18 units is there. Next coming to the demand, 14 is there. From this we are taken 4 units. At a time we may add here 4 units and 14 units, so the total supply is satisfied. From this the total cost is equal to 70 into 4 plus 20 into 14. Okay, here 280 plus 280. From this total is 560. Now the total getting this final table. Here we are going to cross check the allocations by the supply and demand, it is satisfied or not after allocating. Here first we have to check the equation m plus n minus 1 is we have to check. Here this is the m plus n minus 1 is equal to allocations. Here m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns, and we are subtracting 1, finally we get the allocations. Coming to our problem, here how many rows are there? M means 1, 2, 3 rows are there. Next, how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is there. Total 3 plus 4 minus 7 is equal to 6. Total how many number of allocations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is satisfied. 6 is equal to 6. It is satisfied. Then again we are going to check the supply and demand. Here coming to the first row, here we are allocating 5 units here, and here we are allocating 2 units. Total 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. It is satisfied. Next coming to this second one, 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. It is also satisfied. Next coming to this 4 into 14. 18. Next coming to the column, here 5 units. It is demand is okay. 2, 6, 8. Next 3, 4, 7. Next 14. Okay, finally it reaches the optimality. It reaches the optimality. The initial stage is over. Next coming to the initial feasible solution. Coming to the initial solution, we have the total cost. It means we are finding the total cost is 19 into 5. It is available in our screen. 19 into 5, 30 into 2, 30 into 6, 40 into 3, 70 into getting this final table. Here we are going to cross check the allocations by the supply and demand. It is satisfied or not after allocating. Here first we have to check the equation m plus n minus 1 is we have to check. Here this is the m plus n minus 1 is equal to allocations. Here m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns, and we are subtracting 1. Finally we get the allocations. Coming to our problem, here how many rows are there? M means 1, 2, 3 rows are there. Next, how many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is there. Total 3 plus 4 minus 7 is equal to 6. Total how many number of allocations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is satisfied. 6 is equal to 6. It is satisfied. Then again we are going to check the supply and demand. Here coming to the first row, here we are allocating 5 units here, and here we are allocating 2 units. Total 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. It is satisfied. Next coming to this second one, 6 plus 3. 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. It is also satisfied. Next coming to this 4 into 14. 18. Next coming to the column, here 5 units. It is demand is okay. 2, 6, 8. Next 3, 4, 7. Next 14. Okay, finally it reaches the optimality. It reaches the optimality. The initial stage is over. Next coming to the initial feasible solution. Coming to the initial solution, we have the total cost. It means we are finding the total cost is 19 into 5. It is available in our screen. 19 into 5, 30 into 2, 30 into 6, 40 into 3, 70 into 4, 20 into 4. Finally we get 1015 rupees. 1015 we are getting here. Okay, 1015 units we have. This is the northwest corner method. Coming to the summary, what we discussed today, here we are discussing about northwest corner method. Northwest corner method we are discussing. What is the northwest corner method? In this northwest corner method, we are allocating the number of units we are allocating at the northwest corner. Means suppose it is the topest corner, we are allocating the units. Here these are the demand and supply, these are the units, and here in these tables we have the values. Those values are called as the unit cost values. Okay, here in this northwest corner method we are allocating the resources at the top corner. Okay, here we are calculating the allocation. Then we are checking the initial solution we are checking based on the m plus n minus 1. Here it is equal to the allocations made. Okay, here the allocations made by m plus n minus 1 we are calculating. Then third one is finally we are calculating the total cost. The total cost we are calculating in this problem. Okay, thank you. Okay, welcome to the lecture. Today we are going to discuss about least cost entry method by taking the example. Here the example is least cost entry method to find an initial basic feasible solution to the transportation problem using the data of following example. Here the supply, here we have the 3 supplies. One is S1, S2, S3, and 4 demand stations D1, D2, D3, D4. Here in the table basis we have the values 19, 30, 50, 10, 70, 30, 40, 60 and 48, 70, 20. These are the unit cost, and the demand 5, 8, 7, 14. These are the number of supplies, number of demands, and supply is 7, 9, 8, 18, 14. How to take the given data? The given data is three supply stations are there, S1, S2, S3, and four demand stations are there, D1, D2, D3, D4. They are given the first supply to first demand center cost is 19 rupees, and second one is 30 rupees they are given, and third one is 50 rupees they are given, fourth one is 10 rupees they are given, next to 70, 30, 40, 60 rupees they are given. Next, third station to first station, 40, 8, 70, 20. These are the unit costs of each demand station. After this, they are given the demand and supplies. Here, coming to the demand, at first station the demand is 5 units, second station 8 units, and the third station is 7, and fourth station is 14. Similarly, supply, here we have 3 supplies. The first station, the available supply is 7 units, then the 9 units, then 18 units are there. These are the total supplies and demands. Okay, next, coming to the solution, now we are going to solve this problem by the help of least cost entry method. Previous lecture we were discussing about the northwest corner method. In that northwest corner method means we are taking the top corner and we are allocating the values, and then we are solving that problem. Here, coming to this method, this is a least cost entry method. Here the name itself, the least cost entry is there, least cost entry method. The least cost entry method means the name itself, the cost is least. Here, coming to this basis where we have to identify the least cost. Where we have the least cost, that one we have to identify first. Then we are going to allocate the values based on the supply and demand. Here, before we are going to solve the problem, we have to check the rim condition. The rim condition is, what is the rim condition? The rim condition means the total supply is equal to total demand. This is our rim condition. Coming to our problem, here the total supply is 34 units are there, and coming to the demand, it is also 34. So here the total supply is equal to total demand. It is a balanced transportation problem. The rim condition is satisfied. Now we are going to enter the value least cost. Least cost we are going to identify. Here the least cost is 8 is the least cost in our table. Here now we are going to allocate the units. This is the least cost in our table. Here we are going to allocate 8 units. Why? Because here the supply is 18 units is there, but our requirement is only 8 units. That's the reason we are taken 8 units here. After allocating this, finally we get 0 demand. Here after allocating this, here we have supply is 10. Okay. Next, coming to the second one, second table. Here already one demand is over. So there we have only 3 demands and 3 supply stations are there. S1, S2, S3, next D1, D2 is over. So finally D3 we are taken, and D4. Here the S1 is 19. Here 50, 10, next 70, 40, 60, next 40, 70, 20. Okay, these are the unit costs are available after first iteration. Here the total supply I am taking S, and demand I am taking D. Here the demand is 5 units, 7 units, 14 units. Here the supply is 7 units, 9 units, 10 units. Previous we have 18. Already we supplied this 8 units to the second demand. So that's why we are getting finally 10 units. Now again we are going to identify the least cost from this table. Which one is the least? Here the least value is 10 is there. So now I am going to allocate the value here. The 10 means here we have 7 supply is there and demand is 14 is there. From this, which one is the minimum? 7 is the minimum. That's why I am taken 7 here. For further for next one, next transportation, here it will be 0 and it will be 7. Okay. So 0 we are going to remove. It means S2, S3, D1, D3, D4 is remains. Next, here the values are 70, 40, 60. Here value is 40, 70, 20, and here the demand is 5, 7, 7. The supply is 9, 10. Okay. Now again we are going to identify the least value, least cost. Here we have the least cost. 20 is the least cost. From these 2, 10, 7. Which one is the minimum? 7 is the minimum. So we are allocating 7. After allocating 7, demand is 0. The supply is remains 3 units are balanced. We have the supply. So again we are coming to the next iteration. We have S2, S3, D1, D3. D4 supply also over. There is no requirement at D4 station. So we take the D1, D3. Next 70, 40. Next 40, 70. These are the final unit costs we have. Okay. And the demand is 5, 7. The supply is 9, 3. Okay. Here we have to identify the least cost. Here we have 40, 42 units, 240s are there. From these 240s, we are going to take any one arbitrarily based on the supply and demand. If suppose if we take the first row 40 units we are taken, the same supply is 9 units and 7 units is there. So more value will replace it. More demand will satisfied at a time. That's the reason I am going to take this D3. Okay, if suppose we take the 5 units, we take this one as 3. So here we are having the little amount of the supply, 3 units only there. So again we have the demand 2 units is balancing. That's the reason I am going to take 40 is I am going to take this column, this allocation. Here I am going to allocate this one 7 units. After we have 0, here we have 2. Okay. From this I am going to, after this I am going to calculate remaining supply stations S2, S3. Here we are getting, finally we are getting D1. Here we have one row, one column, that is 70, 40. Here we have 5 units, 2 units. Here at a single 1 by 1 matrix, up to 1 by 1 matrix, we have to do this iteration. Here we have the only one column and 2 rows. That's the reason I am going to take least cost again. Here the least cost is 40 is there. Here I am going to allocate 3 units of supply. So balance is 2 units. So here supply is 0. From this, after this we are getting S2, D1 only. Only we have 70, 2, 2. Finally I am going to allocate 2 units here. After this we are getting 0. Here total how many allocations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 allocations are there. So now we are going to check the m plus n minus 1. Here m plus n minus 1 is equal to number of allocations. Here we have 6 allocations we are getting. 6 allocations means total m means number of linear rows. 1, 2, 3 rows are there. 3 plus number of columns. 1, 2, 3, 4 columns are there. 4 minus 1 total 6 is equal to 6. It is satisfied. So it reaches the optimality. Now we are going to find the initial cost from this. Here we are calculating the initial cost means here we are taking the allocations. First, what is the allocation? 8 into 8 we have. So I would like to take that. I would like to take the total allocations here in this table. Okay, after completion of the allocations, we have total 6 allocations. In each allocation, we have some units of cost is there. Now we are going to find the total cost from this. Here, before we are going to find the total cost, we have to cross check the total supply and demand is satisfied or not. First, coming to the first row, here we are allocating the 7 units at D4 station. Here the 7 units are satisfied the supply, as well as similarly we are going to cross check the second row. Coming to the second row, here we have 7 units of 7 units is there, 40 into 7. Okay, but here it is not satisfied. Sorry. Okay, now we are after completion of the allocations, we have to find the total cost. Before we are going to calculate the total cost, we have to cross check the total supply is satisfied into the total demand. We have to check. First, coming to the first row, Here we are allocated 7 units at 4th station. The total supply is we have only 7 units, so it is satisfied. Next, coming to the second one, here we have 7 units and 2 units supply is satisfied. Next, coming to this 7, 3, 8, it is also satisfied. Next, coming to this D1, D2 stations, here demand is 5, 2 plus 3, 5 is satisfied, and here 8 is satisfied, here 7 is satisfied, and here 7 plus 7, 14 is satisfied. So the total supply and total demand is satisfied. We are successfully transport the given units into the supply to demand stations. Now we are going to find the total cost. The total cost is calculated from the allocations. So here the total cost is, first coming to the first one, 10 into 7 plus here 70 into 2 plus 40 into 7 plus 40 into 3 plus 8 into 8 plus 20 into 7. From this we are getting the total cost is 814 rupees. Next, coming to the summary. What we discussed so far, here we discussed about the least cost entry method. What is the least cost entry method? Here the least cost entry method means we are identifying the least cost from the given basis. In this least cost we are allocating the supply and demand. After allocating we are calculating the cost we are calculating. Here next, second one is we are cross checking the m plus n minus 1. After finding m minus n plus 1, after finding the m plus n minus 1 is equal to allocations, it means it must satisfy, otherwise the solution is wrong. After satisfying this, we are going to find the total cost. Okay. Here what is the m? Here m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns, and minus 1 is equal to allocations. Here allocations means the bracket values what we have in how many number of units we are allocated at each station, that is called as the allocation. Here total we have 6 allocations. 6 allocations are there, and total how many number of rows are there? 3. How many number of columns are there? 4. 3 plus 4 minus 1 is equal to 6. It is satisfied. Like after satisfying this, we are calculating the total cost. Total cost is equal to 10 into total cost is equal to 814 rupees. Okay. Thank you.